Hey guys, what's up? It's Trunks, and I'm coming at you guys today with another how-to guide. Today, it's going to be for the infamous Super Queen strategy for farming at Town Hall 9. I've supplied a couple of screenshots for you guys showing me using this strategy, and you guys can see what I've been doing and what I've been collecting from this strategy. As you can see, if you have the Queen up, it is a very viable strategy to gain Dark Elixir. Now, stepping right into it, what are the tips for success? First, you need to locate the Dark Elixir and a possible route to it. When you're looking at the Dark Elixir, the first thing you need to do is recognize how to get to it, and then look at the storage. At Town Hall 9, there is a maximum of 2,500 Dark Elixir that can be kept in the storage. If you see in the top left that the number is higher than that, then it's going to be in the Dark Elixir drills. Now, if you look at the Dark Elixir drill, the little square on the top left shows you if it's full or empty, but an easier way is just to look at the Elixir drills and see how full they are. The more full they are, the more purple they look. Now, the second tip for success is to locate the air defenses, the sweepers, heroes, and the expos. If you guys don't know, the queen's range is 5 tiles. So if you see an air defense like this, where there is a single targeting defense, that is 3 spaces, the wall is 1, and that air defense is 5 spaces. Now if you see something like this, where there is a wall, then 3 spaces, and then another wall, and then an air defense, the queen cannot hit that. So any healers going by that area with the queen walking will be taken out by that air defense. But you also need to locate where the heroes are at, because you'll need a rage for them, the expos as well if there's another point defense, and then these sweepers. You don't want them blowing away your heroes or your healers as your queen is walking on her path. And the third tip for success is to save your queen ability for the end if possible. That way you can pop it right at the end and get your queen back up to full health, so that way you can just keep repeating this process multiple times. Now, if you look at this, the strategy that I use is about 8 healers, 6 wall breakers, 96 archers. You're going to bring 3 rages to keep that queen up if needed. You're going to have 1 jump in case you need to access the Dark Elixir in the core of the base or in some other area. You're going to have a poison for the clan castle, and as you can see, the average build for this is about 253,000 elixir, which seems like a lot, but for the most part, you can typically get 2 attacks out of this running this back to back. Now, what I also do is I create 2 rages in addition, so that way if I use them while raiding, they will be replenished. I don't use 4 camp space or spell space on this, because if I use the jump, I want the ability to come in and be able to make a jump, so that way I am not stuck without having a jump if I find another base where I need to access the core. And then basically from there, I run 75 archers, 4 healers, then another 75 archers, and then another 4 healers in my queue as far as I can go, and I keep repeating that process. And if I need additional wall breakers, then I'll just throw them in as I use them up. So that way you can sometimes, if you have the time, run about 3 or 4 of these raids back to back. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into the first replay, kind of show you guys what you want to do. Like I said, you want to scout where is the Dark Elixir and where is the easiest route. As you can see, there's a drill in the top left on this base and one in the top right, and then the dark storage is right there beside the second drill. So what you want to do is get the queen down, so that way she can walk in a path easiest to that Dark Elixir. And then you're going to use a bunch of the archers just to clear out the trash to make sure that she pushes herself north. Now I know a lot of people would say that doing this strategy you need a higher queen. I've been doing this strategy since I had a level 1 queen at Town Hall 9. If you have a level 1 queen or something low like that, then what you possibly need to do is maybe bring a few giants, maybe a few wizards to help when that queen gets in those high damage areas to get some of that damage off of her, and you're going to have to use your rages pretty much a whole lot earlier, as the queen's not going to be doing as much damage as far as the output goes. But she's still going to take the same amount of damage. It's not going to change. She's just going to move a little bit slower, so you're going to need to bring some additional troops to help her along. On this one, I got hit by 2 black air bombs, which took out 2 healers, but as you can see, I had the additional healers. So if you ever run into a case like that, you can just drop the additional healers to make sure that your queen stays up. And then when she gets in high damage areas, you just want to use a rage to keep her up. Like I said, on this one, as you can see, I saved the ability to the end. So right at the very end, I'm able to pop the ability, and my queen is basically, if you look, sitting at full health, and I have those additional healers and archers that are already in my queue cooking right now, so I can actually run another raid as soon as this one is done. So as you can see, I just collected about a little over 2,700 Dark Elixir there, If you can run these back to back, then you can make some pretty quick Dark Elixir relatively fast. I think in an hour or so, where I just run this casually, I've been able to make 30k Dark Elixir. If you're boosting, you're going to make a whole lot more. One of the strategies, like I said, is to path out a path to the Dark Elixir. As you can see, coming from the top left, I'm able to take out the Queen, and then a couple of those point defenses that could make it really difficult going in there if I didn't have them. And then I just basically use wall breakers to get in, and the whole backside of this is cleared out. So the only path for the Queen to go is now into the base, and I just use my rages to get through this portion of high hit point buildings, so that way when my Queen gets into the core of this base, she is able to collect all that Dark Elixir. And as you can see, I will come out of this one with another 2,700 or a little over 3,000 on this one as well. So you're collecting high amounts, and basically what you're doing is when you're scouting, you're looking for bases that have a ton of Dark Elixir. And I didn't want you to think that every single time you have to charge into the base to get Dark Elixir. On this one, as you can see, it was a dead base, so I was able to just have the Queen walk around the whole base and collect everything. I was able to save my spells, so I didn't have to use any of those and keep those in the bag. One of the things you want to look for, though, if you do have to enter into a base, you want to make sure when you're wall breaking in that there's nothing that's going to hit your wall breakers and take them out, because you don't want to miss the mark where your Queen, where you want her to walk in, and the wall breakers fail, and she tends to walk around the base and misses that. Some of the other things you want to look for, like this, the air defenses, they can possibly take out some of your healers, and that's fine. Use your additional healers to just put them on your Queen to make sure you keep her up. 4 healers usually provides your Queen with about 150 heals per second. And then so you can just basically look that if there are multiple point defenses on your Queen, she'll be able to survive it for a little bit, but after a while you may potentially need to use a rage to keep her up, or pop the ability. I know I said save the ability for the end. It allows you to get your health back up and keep raiding, but if you have to use it earlier in the raid, that is fine as well. But as you can see, this strategy is bringing in a ton of Dark Elixir for me. I hope it works out for you guys. I've tried to supply some good videos of a few multiples so that way you guys can see what I'm doing, how am I doing it, and hopefully this will help you guys out with this strategy that's been around for a while. But if you guys made it this far in the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'll answer any comments you guys have, and I'll try to provide more feedback. But until next time, guys, this is Trunk signing out.